Hi, and welcome to the fourth 5-minute head drawing video. Hi, my name is Escobar. I'm a storyboard artist on the Simpsons television show. I've been working on the show for over 25 years now, and I'm here to empower you. So I'm recording this immediately after having done the last head drawing video. I haven't done this before. I'm nice and warmed up from having drawn 3 heads before. I'm going to try it again with my buddy, the customized figure drawing brush that is actually extremely easy for me to use. That's actually giving me the results, the physical results I want. And the problem that what I was having in the last video was that I was rushing. I was going really fast. I was trying to be all pretty and nice. I wasn't paying attention to what I should have been paying attention to, which was proportion, not proportion, but to the reference, just the relationship of the features in the reference. It's so important to pay attention. This relates to this, relates to this, so that way you don't get like big long stretches with the mouth in the wrong place and all the all that stuff. Just and relax and just take your time and look at the stuff and just pay attention. Try to do an accurate job. Think about what you're doing. It's not about how fast you're going to go. It's not about whether or not you're going to end up with a pretty. You're going to end up with a pretty drawing if you're careful and pay attention and you're looking at your reference. Okay, so that's the thing. You're looking at what you're seeing, you're looking at the relationship of things, but you're also understanding the structure, the construction, the rhythms that they're trying to pull together, and then take your time and just put them down, relax. Especially if, like for me, before I was fighting the brush, now I'm not. I'm getting the results I want, so it's not about the brush anymore. It's not about fighting the tool. It's all about paying attention. And if you're not paying attention, you're not going to have a decent drawing at the end. And even if you don't have a decent drawing at the end, discover why. Pay attention, examine yourself, see what it is that you are not doing, right? You're a rational human being. You should be able to see what it is that you're doing. Pay attention to how you're thinking. See if there's any anxiety, if you're rushing, what's happening. If there is a problem of knowledge, then that's when you're also going to discover, I don't know what I'm doing in this part of the body. That gives you the clue that you need to go study it, right? So, all right, so let's get started. I'm gonna redraw the same photo again, but this time I'm warmed up. So hopefully, I'm actually gonna do a better job. Come on, I can do it. I could finally get this at least a decent. I just wasn't happy with the last one. It's better than the last 2. The first 2 were terrible. This one was closer to what I actually wanted. I think that this time that I'm warmed up and I'm ready to go, I should be able to do at least a decent job of that photo. And then there's gonna be 2 new drawings along with this. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, back into the breach. 5 minutes. I'm pressing it now, and here I go. Oops, I didn't have the layer even ready. So this time, okay, just relax. I could do this. I could get this lady somewhat right. I don't need it to be perfect, but I need to be satisfied with it. For crying out loud, I've drawn her 4 times. I can't seem to get anything that I like. Working on this lady. It's driving me bananas. It really is. Just put the shapes in the right place. And every single time I'm drawing her different every time. Like I'm approaching her different every time. I have no like absolute approach. Every single time I'm trying a little bit different. But the one thing that I'm doing this time, going way slower, way slower. Paying attention, making sure that I'm not putting things too close. And I've actually erased twice, which I hadn't done before. Taking my time trying to get that. I'm concentrating so. Sorry, I'm not talking very much, but I'm trying to at least do a decent drawing for once of this. I've just given myself so much grief. Just sorry, I'm so quiet. I'm just trying to get it. Trying to do it. Got a minute left. I think I'm happy with this, and I think I can move on with my life. I think life can go on. Instead of me trying to worry about whether or not I got this in a way that I'm happy with. It only took me 4 times. Only. Well, there goes my timer. And this time, all I gotta do is darken this in. See what happens. Just put in the darks where they need to be. And I think I could just kind of relax and say, okay, good enough. happy enough with this. I don't need to redo it. I don't need to draw her again. Okay, well, this is good enough. I think I overworked it. Okay, next. I'm going to ignore that I totally overworked it, and I'm going to go to the next one. Let's see, there we go. And let's start. So overworking it was bad. So let's not do that with, well, it's more difficult. It's easier to overwork a drawing of a lady than it is of a guy. A guy you tend to be able to overwork it. So this is, I just kind of did a graphic envelope shape of his face. This is the first time I've done that in any of these videos. It just seemed right at the time. Why did I do it? It just felt like that's what it needed. Looking at the graphic exterior shape of this guy's face and looking at the, you know, like this kind of interesting shape, and I'm guessing as to the placement of stuff. So that means that here is going to be the critical stuff. Like I'm trying to do the thing where I'm checking the surrounding areas, the features all around, and I will make adjustments if I can. And I'm noticing that he's got like these really sad, droopy eyes that come down. There's a cheekbone here. This guy's got a beautiful face. He's got a great, a lot of character to his face. Just a lot of fun. And then he's got these rhythms of muscles that come down here, like this rhythmical muscle here, and you can make it pop with a little bit of a hard edge there, and then another one right here, right below it, and he goes in here, and then you can darken this a little bit more and give it a little bit of a hard edge here. You've got the nostrils, the nostril shapes that make a really interesting shadow shape, and they come up and around, and they make another kind of indent here. We've got these very cool shaped eyebrows. We could thicken this eye shadows, the eye shadows. We have this plane of the head very clearly visible. Darken this in a bit. We can make this a little darker here, and then we can shape those eyebrows. go. And we've got, so right here we have like a hard edge, and we want a soft edge here, and another soft edge coming down and wrapping around the neck, really feeling like there's a cast shadow, which is, I'm going to use a hard edge line, and there is a little bit of a hard edge here, and then there's another shadow that comes in, and it's very soft. And there's a gap of light, so there's like a little bit of a light shape here, a light shape here, and then everything else should be kind of dark. And then, but before I do that, I want to come in here and define some of these planes on the nose, make this a little rounder. And then I could just darken all the general dark areas. Darken this area here. That was my time. So yeah, that was it. That's it for him. I really liked drawing this guy. He's got a lot of characteristics. Like I said, like pretty girls are the hardest. Like give me like you want people with a lot of character, that way. There's a little bit more to hang on to when you have a person with a really characteristic face like this dude. He's really great. Oh, want to have shadow here too. Okay, so that was fun. One more. Okay, another lady. I didn't spare myself the difficulties here. So just gonna start the timer, and here I go. So, whoa, I did not have my pencil tool picked. So here I'm trying to just generalize the head shape. Kind of thinking graphic here at first. Okay, and now the direction of the head, I think she's looking slightly up. That's what I'm thinking. And make sure that when you're doing the 3/4 that you don't put it right smack in the middle, because it's 3/4. So one side needs to be larger than the other. Here's the brow shape, and her brow, one of brow is up high and the other one is not. One eye is open, the other is not, but they need to line up. Well, both of them are actually open. They need to line up. They need to, I think that this needs to be lower. I think her head is slanted a little bit. And see, so I'm being very careful about that. Her nose. doing that a very quick. So when I do that, this shape for the nose that I'm doing, it's if you look at the drawing website and you see and I even made a video about nose shapes. I'm doing a shorthand of that nose shape that I tend to teach. There's an eyelid. Thickening the eyelashes. There's a slight shadow right there. The brows have a very specific, interesting shape on just about everybody. The last guy, that guy above, look, you saw his crazy little thin eyebrows. That's what makes it really interesting. She's got that Rembrandt triangle light shape there. There is a shadow right here, this shape. I think I've exaggerated more than it is. Shadow. Shadow here, then the hair. This time I'm not going to be trying to be too perfect with the hair shape. I could simplify this face shape. I can design the hair a little bit, make it a little bit designy, change the direction of some stuff. Same here. Just be kind of designy with it. And now that I've got that, I can start adding the shadow. Maybe the nostril, the shadow here, nostril here, darkness of the eye, and that's my time. She's got like this glowing light behind her head that's kind of popping her head out of the photograph, I mean. There's a little bit of shadow on this side, so we'll just do that real quick. Fill in the darkness. Fill in the shadow shapes, I mean. Okay. So I'm done with that one. I can't stop! Somebody stop me. I'm messing it all up now. Okay. So, yeah, like I think I overworked this one a little bit, and I'm just going to keep on overworking it. I think if I was just to tap the kneaded eraser in here and just tap out some of this, I can probably get away with fixing some of it. I'm trying too hard at this point. Okay. So much better. This is like the best one I've done so far, and the proportions are working. I think I overworked it, like I said. Probably, but it's much better than the last ones. For sure. So I don't think I'm going to need to draw her anymore. I think I'm fairly satisfied with at least the proportions, even if the execution was a little off. Um, this is about as good as all the other ones that I've done. So it's okay. It's okay. Like it doesn't need to be perfection. If I wanted that, then I would have done it for longer. This is basically where I want it to be with this. It doesn't have to be perfect, but at least the proportions aren't ridiculous and crazy and weird. It needed to be that, right? This I like the way this, and it was fun. Like he came out all right, and so did she. So as I'm going through and doing these more, like I'm beginning to relax a little bit more, and it definitely helps to not have to worry about the brush not working for me. Now it's coming along. It's working fine. I can get the results I want very easily. So I'm glad that I had made this brush before, this custom brush. I don't know why I hadn't used it up until now. So it's working pretty well. So yeah, so I think that will be this is going to be the last head drawing, 5-minute head drawing fit. I don't know if I'm going to be doing more heads. I'll have to think about it. See if I could do 10 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. Any suggestions? That would be good. But I will see where I'm going to go moving forward on these figure drawing stuff. I've done the figure drawings. I mean, this is the kind of thing that I ought to do more of on my own, off camera, just to do these things because I need it in my life. But I usually would do it traditionally, which I've gotten some really good suggestions on how to do setups for traditional stuff. So I may start doing some figure drawings, but with traditional tools, so that you can see how that's done. It's basically the exact same way. You're going to see the same thinking process. It's just that the tools are going to be different. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching, and I will talk to you next time. All right, bye.